All right, so I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
We're
Nice
back.
to see you guys after the...
Did you guys not get together on Tuesday? Or?
Nah, I took the day off.
Oh, you took the day off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I usually don't make every show. I'm usually like every other week. So I was like, I'm good. I'm gonna take it.
I'm going to take the day off. You didn't want to drive into town, you country mouse.
And it was the Lakers were playing the Pelicans, so to see who the Nuggets
Oh.
were gonna play. I was like, I kind of want to watch this one.
I've been watching the Rockies. They fucking suck.
You watch
They're
it?
so bad, man. Yeah.
Why are you watching it?
Because they actually fixed their TV deal, and so they're on the TV. So,
That doesn't mean you should watch it.
I don't know, man. It's just like, I like baseball. When there's baseball on, I get very limited choices, so that one's actually
I
on.
think that's how it's supposed to be.
I don't care.
No, I'm starting to think about just entertainment in general. And so the Big Bang is happening. It's the universe is collapsing back into itself.
Okay.
And I think that's one of those things with sports. I think in some ways it's best if it's sort of limited for everyone. That there's like...
Would you just buy the MLB ticket?
Yeah.
No.
I'd be like, that's fine if I don't pay for it. So, I don't pay extra for baseball. And so I'll take what I get.
And you just have it on in the back.
Yeah, but like my mom watches baseball fucking every day. And so she has to have the package. She would be miserable without it. We have to wait like a couple days to get another baseball game. Fuck that. Yeah. So
But I think there should be like a game on like every day, right?
But people don't like baseball.
yeah, that's kind of true.
So if I really roll this back and say, okay, there's 4 channels total, right?
And you force baseball down your throat?
And there's a baseball game on every day, yeah. On one of the channels, they have a baseball game on every day.
Yeah, then you might have some baseball fans because they don't know better.
Well, yes, and you do the same thing with basketball. You have,
People watch basketball.
and then like on the Sundays thing, like the way they used to do it, you have morning game, 2 choices between like afternoon game, night game, Monday.
For football?
Yeah, done.
No.
I think that's better. I think
It's like that is not enough.
if we want to be a community
You
again,
come right back into my veins.
No.
This is not television, but
It is
man, William's got an
100%
emphatic frown on right now.
No. You don't mess with the football.
no.
I don't care what you do with the rest of the entertainment stuff. No.
Well, and if you want all those football games, then what you would have to buy is that satellite dish like Kevin's family used to have.
Right.
And a
The
de-scrambler.
ones that's searching for life out there.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's just SETI on the thing.
Yeah. You have one of those, that's fine. That's fine. But for the majority, I'm talking like 95% of Americans, you just do it.
I wonder what year they yanked that out of their ground. Because I'm sure it can't be in their backyard still.
What, that satellite dish? Oh, God, it's been gone a long time. Yeah.
I wonder what year people started yanking them.
Oh, pulling the dish itself?
Yeah.
Well, people out in your neighborhoods, well, you got to go a little further than you, but they still use them. So,
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The giant things?
Yeah, drive out to Calhoun. You'll see them in people's backyards. So,
I mean, the technology is still there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just doing it's a satellite dish with a de-scrambler. It's a
Will it get like DirecTV and stuff?
I doubt that. Yeah,
Well-
you need DirecTVs because they have their own thing. Yeah. So,
what is that?
what is that? What's going on?
Oh, that's okay. That's not a problem with this. That's
Oh,
I
sorry. There's like command, like warnings flashing on the command controller.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me because all it is, okay, so it's a big dish,
Yeah.
right? You're basically pointing it toward wherever signal is. If it can see the signal, then you just have it basically converted into a box, right? So all right. So the big question is if we went looking for it, right? We'd be looking for basically the descrambling tech for whatever DirecTV, basically anything that's broadcast over a satellite, any way that you shape it.
Right.
And I don't know if they still make those. I presume they do.
I'm guessing all I would have had to do was keep the front of that satellite dish. Because they make you like they don't care if you send back like when I canceled, right?
Right,
They
yeah,
don't care about
yeah.
the dish anymore. They just care about that front piece.
Oh, the thing that points back at the dish.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You know, they're like,
Yeah, you say you get a free frisbee. Thanks for being a customer.
well, they're like, well, we don't want to come take it off your house.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
actually, well, let's just leave it on there so that when you do decide to come back,
Right,
you can just attach the little thing on the
Yeah.
front.
Actually, I have the cable guy coming to my house. So.
Really?
Yeah.
You're doing that?
Yeah. So, but they were like, oh, we'll send you all the stuff and you hook it up. I was like, no, I need a guy. So, I was like, someone's got to come out here and take a look at all the wires that are wrapped around my house
Oh.
and get rid of them, and just leave the one that actually works.
Is this for your internet?
Yeah.
Ah, congrats.
We decided to change, and we've been changing a lot of things like that lately. So just kind of doing a self audit. It was like, yeah,
We're spending
you don't need
same-
that much life insurance,
Oh.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff, or it's just like other things.
Yeah, I probably don't need as much life insurance.
Uh,
Yeah, I probably don't, but oh well.
yeah, not once you have some assets, then it's like, yeah, you don't really need it that much. So
Well, I mean, unless you're going to have like,
I only have one kid, so that's pretty easy.
but you're also not going to have like a aristocratic funeral, I presume. We don't have a family tomb or any shit like that.
Yeah.
You don't have a tin in the backyard. It's those Folgers on it.
Yeah, I read Will's like last will and testament. Just getting to the bottom line is like, into a potato gun, you say?
Okay, right.
And aim it at what? Oh, her house. Okay.
Which traffic? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
And then there's additional instructions. Okay, so so the poop goes in the snowballs.
Every year on the anniversary of my death, hit her house with.
With me, we used to. Oh man, I don't want to admit to this kind of stuff, but like,
I didn't put poop in the snowball.
no, this was what you did. Me and some of the guys, like, we eventually stopped shooting those. Like, we'd go to Wyoming once a year and buy like the mortar shells.
Oh yeah. Remember
And
when you guys used to do that?
yeah, we stopped shooting them in the air and at people's houses.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure the fire department wanted you.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
So this kind of like childish nonsense is done for me now, but it certainly was.
I remember Jan and Mike shot it at the fucking ghetto bird once. So over at Carver Park. Yeah. So the hilarious thing was I actually knew the pilot. His wife worked with my dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So he was a dick. So I was like, yeah, you can shoot him.
Did news of the incident from the pilot?
No,
come out?
no,
Okay.
it never came back. I never talked to the guy. So
Yeah, I never.
that's back when we had one of those. So come to think of it.
I think we still do.
No. So
There's something that patrols around.
oh yeah, so they're much smaller.
Oh.
In other places, they've been used to drop, grenades on tanks, but
Oh.
instead they use them to chase you. So because you don't need a pilot when it basically beams the infrared vision back to the police station.
I'm telling you, this is how you handle most of our border problems.
Oh yeah, well they do. They use drones down there,
Yeah.
so they do. They don't drop hand grenades on people. So
Oh yeah, we're going back to Jeff's.
yeah, we're going back to Jeff's barbed
Hey,
wire wall.
you know what?
And landmines.
You guys are getting there. Don't lie.
No, that honestly, my day-to-day life, it doesn't really bother me too much.
I don't really see it that much.
I-
So
It's just this ever-present news story that
I mean, like, everybody likes to gang up on Denver about it, and I enjoy watching that. So,
And they are having problems.
yeah, no, I was listening to that when I was driving on the interstate, and as soon as you get over the hump over there, your radio stations change, and so and all of the local, because I listen to almost nothing but talk radio anymore. So and baseball, I was listening to the baseball game, but they lost badly. So. But yeah, and that's what that's the only thing they're complaining about, really. It's like, well, it's Denver's problem. They're the one who decided to be a sanctuary city, blah 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 blah. And then Aurora's like, nope, we're not building a hotel. And then nope, we're not letting you rent out our hotel. And then Arapahoe's like, don't even think about it. And so
What he said.
what that guy said. And Boulder's like, oh well, you're doing a good job, Denver, but we're full. Yeah. We're full. You're doing a good job, buddy. So.
Yeah,
And downtown Denver does look a little shitty.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. So it does. It's a little bit nasty. So
I guess I'll see when I go to Comic-Con. But they might
clean it up.
they might
Is that on the 16th Street Mall? Yeah. That thing is fucking tore up right now. It is bulldozed. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing. So
Whoa.
yeah. So
It's July 4th through the 7th. It's 4 days.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you going all 4 days?
No. God, no.
Some people would.
1 day is fine.
Okay. All right.
Son-
you don't stay the night, do you?
last time
See,
we
that sounds
got
fun.
a hotel the night before, and then we just
Yeah.
walked over. This time I think we'll get a hotel for that night after,
Oh, and then just
leave on our own, because that got to be a pain. Because then we had to pack everything up before we left to get in.
Oh, and then lug it around with you.
We left it in the car. We
Yeah.
left it in the parking structure, but we
Right.
had to have everything packed up, all
Yeah.
that stuff before you go. It's like, you know what? Why don't we just get it for that night and then just be able to chill and
I agree.
do all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, I'm morally opposed to early checkout. So it's just, I will always ask, like, can I stay till 1? So and usually they're cool if you just tell them. So, but a few times say, no, sorry, we need the room tomorrow. Okay, no problem. So if that guy cancels though. So,
I'll be sleeping until
Obviously.
5 minutes before.
yeah.
So
Oh God, yes. I packed the night before and I will sleep up to
you packed the night before?
Oh fuck yeah, yeah.
Oh wow!
I put my clothes out for the next day, and yeah, I'll get up like at the last possible second that I have to.
We go to the swimming pool as it opens.
In the morning?
When we went at night, we go in the morning. Like the kids love the pool.
Oh, well, yeah. No, my daughter does too. So
I wouldn't wake up to go to the pool. Like, I don't.
Well, my brother and I, we did whenever we were at a hotel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But my parents were like much more as like, you watch your brother.
Oh.
Yeah. And so we're going to the pool, Ma. So is there a sign that says all kids must? Well, we didn't see it. Well, if they yell at you, come back. Okay.
Dude, I remember like some of the coolest stuff in the world was when hotels would have the game room. I have such fond memories of those
The
places.
Lone Duck Campground does.
Well, just about
Got its
every
own little-
campground's got something like that.
It's got its arcade there.
Yeah.
It's the only place I ever go to play pinball.
You can find some ancient games in those places
Yeah.
too, man.
You can
Yeah.
find some really cool stuff, and sometimes they'll have like tables. Sometimes they'll have like the ping pong tables and
I've
stuff
never
like
seen
that.
that in a hotel though.
Oh yeah,
Really?
I
yeah.
haven't seen a ping pong table.
At a hotel?
But I haven't gone looking too much.
Yeah, I guess I haven't. Like most of the places that I've stayed have been dumb, like a little DoubleTree, kind of like.
And that's just
Weekend
not
stay
to shit
thing.
on the DoubleTree. This is they do fine work for what they are.
Your continental breakfast is a bucket of basically gravy, and then that that waffle maker that you have to put the schmutz in yourself that everybody else slobbers all over. So yeah, and it's not high on my list. So
That's why I said it's fine for what it is.
it is fine
It's
for what
not-
it is. But yeah, I don't think I've ever been in a hotel long enough to actually see if they had a game room. So
Oh yeah.
I just go
I
find
just
the
never
pool.
seen one.
I just
Yeah.
never.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is usually if you're near the pool, you're gonna start
You can
wandering
see the
around that
weight
area,
room
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. And
Yeah.
I have some scenes, and I've seen some great weight rooms, and I've seen some. Well, there's our machine
Right, yeah, exactly.
because they got the one. They got the
And the TV sit at their like 45-degree angle.
right.
yeah. It has like tubes,
Yeah.
and you go in there and you
So
look
swivel. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
you
about.
look at it and you're like, when you bought this, you typed this in and you saw the one that said Amazon's Choice.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And you clicked it.
Direct from China.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Again, some of those are fine, but yeah, it's cool. There are some places that have that. Again, like the thing, I didn't have a problem with the late check-in or the late checkout. I had a problem with the early check-in. A lot of places have trouble with that.
An early check-in?
Yeah, they don't like to let you in. Early.
No, they do not.
Oh, where if you show up like 8 in the morning? No.
Well, even like 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they're checking, they're like, no, our checkout's at 2. It's like, okay, I will go eat in 3 hours.
So you were leaving off of night shift, I presume.
Right.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was the tough one.
yeah.
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 It's like, I cannot drive anymore.
Yeah.
Well, some of the interstate like motels, they're a little bit easier about that stuff because truckers and stuff. So I know it's been a while since I've stayed in like one of those road motels like that. It's been a long time.
That's what I'm saying. Like those. That's why I give the DoubleTree their credit. They're not a road motel.
No, they're not. So I'm trying to think of the last time I stayed in a DoubleTree.
I don't know.
It's been ages. So, let
Most of
alone
mine
like
have
a
been-
nice.
Might have been like Sweets or something.
Oh, like extended stay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't stayed in one of those since you and I went up for the football draft. Yeah. So
Oh,
an
yeah.
extended
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah.
I haven't done one of those in ages, man.
Well,
So-
the extended stay in Houston. So I was there.
Oh,
for a
yeah,
long
there you
time. Yeah, the rest of it is just I don't typically go to those. I actually prefer to go to hotels.
Oh, then the extended stays.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I don't like that. I always treat the hotel experience as something that I don't want it to replicate home. I know that sounds silly,
No,
but
that makes sense. I'm the same way.
I want it to be its own thing. I want it to be its own unique part of the trip. And that whole thing where it's like, well, but you have your own kitchenette. I'm like, yes, I get it.
Yeah.
And I have this one drinking glass I can use, and I get 2 things of coffee every morning. You know.
I rarely touch the coffee maker in a fucking hotel room. I've done it like once or twice recently, just because it was like, okay, this place is a zoo. So when we went to Florida 2 years ago
Oh, I can imagine.
at Universal,
Yeah.
it was nuts. I mean, it was like a fucking army chow hall downstairs. So where they had the restaurant,
Yeah.
it was it was just like. Yeah, manufacturing vacation. So,
Well said.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other place was that place that we stayed last year up in Michigan. They made coffee there because there was no like continental breakfast there. So yeah, and that's just not as common as it used to be. I remember when I was a kid, we would always stay at Embassy Suites because they had the breakfast bar.
Yeah.
So, but then
That's where you get the Garfield mugs and stuff too.
I still have one or two of those. Yeah. But then later on, man, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I didn't even get to choose my hotels. So, it's just wherever the company wanted me to go.
Company did it, or especially as you're a kid, it's wherever mom and dad want to go.
Right, yeah. Yeah. So, but now.
Sometimes it was a Motel 6, sometimes it was a...
Yeah.
And you know what? As a kid, that still seemed exciting too, at least to me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was exciting for a bit, but I mean, we did a lot of travel as a kid. I mean, a lot. So, that even my brother and I were talking about that day. He's like, he's getting a travel bug again. So
Where's he want to go?
Oh, he's going back to Europe twice this year. So, oh yeah.
Cool.
So I guess. So he's going to save up all his time for it. But I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I don't really want to leave my house right now.
Well, it wouldn't bother me. I mean, the thing is, I'd want to take her with me, and
That is hard.
traveling overseas with a pet is...
That's almost impossible.
You have to
So,
quarantine the animal for like 2 weeks.
depends on the place you go to, but
Yeah.
yeah. So even if you go to Hawaii, you have to do that. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, well, you could take her to Mexico. That's no problem. So,
I could. Well, and frankly, any place in the United States, I wouldn't worry about either, too.
Oh
So,
no.
and at this point, I'd rather just drive.
Oh, then fly.
Yeah, because then I don't have to worry about all that stuff. She just goes with me. She and I have traveled this fucking country.
I know. Yeah. God, yeah, that little trip that I took last week reminded me how much I just stained long-term driving.
Ain't that about a bitch? Yes,
It was only 2.5 hours, and I was like getting at my limit. I was like, you know what? I need to pull over. So I need
So
to
you
go
get the
find
thing where you're
something
like,
to do.
my back hurts,
Yeah,
and you're like, I used to power through this.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So and then especially after I fucked up my arm, I used to switch between arms, but now I can't drive with this fucking arm. So it's just this one the entire time. So. And after 2.5 hours, and I was like, let's get out.
You're not kidding.
Shit, man. When I worked on the railroad, I was behind the wheel for like 8 hours a day, a lot of days. So just driving dudes around, no big thing. And nowadays it's just like nope. So like a trip we take to Phoenix every single year, we drove it twice, and we will never do that again. So
How long's the trip to Phoenix?
it's about 12 hours. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a hike.
Nope, I know the hike, man. I mean,
Yeah.
not that direction, just the duration. It's like,
It is boring. There's nothing. Desert.
well, even if it was cool, it would still be.
Oh yeah, that's one thing about driving when you're, especially if you're solo, you're gonna get to soak any scenery at all. So at least I don't. I mean, I'll drive through past things that are gorgeous and not even notice them.
Oh no, no, you just get mad. You're just kind of like, if they just put the road straight through this instead of around, this
It'd be
would save
so
me
much
45
better.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah,
Just all you'd have to do is dynamite through so much more rock, and it'd be no problem.
right. Yeah. Just tunnel through this.
Directly through it. Well, that's you get to that part of Wyoming where you actually go through the rock, and it's
Through the rock.
yeah. There's this. I mean, when you get to like northern Wyoming, there's just this gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
section
yeah.
Where it's like you're driving through layer cakes. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we're getting towards close to the Black Hills up there. So
Is that where that is?
yeah, that's further north, but yeah, it's definitely different. I'm thinking of the parts of Wyoming that are nothing but dirt.
Wind.
Dirt and wind. And windy dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, true that. There is that is a straight line. That is.
Well, I used to drive out to Omaha, so that was, at least that was green. So,
All right.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
green, but like there, like parts of Wyoming, it's just like I will never go back there. I was getting close to it last week. I was like, oh, I remember all these places. So, because I used to make that drive every weekend up from Denver. So
Fort
and I was-
Collins is getting dangerously close.
Danger.
It is.
It is. Yeah, it's kind of jumped over the river there, and now it's like it's nestled up against the interstate. It's
Well,
different.
Cheyenne isn't terrible, but
I haven't been to Cheyenne in a long time. I have no intention of
there's
going
no.
back.
But it's as close to like a regular city and all that stuff.
Laramie's nice.
I
So
don't think I've ever gone. To
yeah, it's on the other side of the hill there. Yeah. I mean, it's basically like an extension from Colorado. We could annex it and they'd be cool with it.
Well.
So, yeah. So, but, yeah. And they could have, I don't know, Greeley. So,
We get to trade now. We get to pick.
I don't know. If they're going to
What
fight
to
us
send
for it,
over?
then we
Oh,
just get
man.
it.
Okay.
I don't know. To be fair, I haven't been to Greeley in a long time either. So,
Yeah. Wow.
I did forget how much it stinks up there. It does fucking stink. Yeah, and it is cow poop season. So,
You know.
where everything is like coming alive.
I went to one rig near there. That's the last time that I went in that direction at all.
Oh, as long as they're not burning
Oh yeah,
the bones and all that stuff.
that is nasty.
That is when it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there's a couple times throughout the year that they're like incinerating like
They're
stuff. They're boiling the bone, or they're
Yeah.
doing
Oh, they're
something.
rendering it then.
Yeah.
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 It is that. Those are the ones where.
Because you got what? What is that town that's just south of Fort Collins? That's got the Purina plant in it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
The Purina plant, isn't that one in Denver?
Yeah.
It's out on like I-76.
Okay,
or
yeah,
something,
you're right. It's
I-70.
something else. I can't remember the name of the town though, but there's one there where they bring an animal product. So
That one down on I-76 stinks. Or
That one
I-70,
fucking
whichever one.
dude, that's Commerce City.
Yeah,
Commerce
yeah,
City
yeah.
is a fucking shithole. Like that's where we do all our cooking in Colorado, man. I used to drive through that motherfucker every day on the way out to the airport. I go down 36 and up 76 out to the airport. And there were certain days where it's like, huh, that cloud's yellow. It's not brown, it's yellow.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. But you're right, the Purina plant, well, they do a lot of oil refining there, too. So, they got all kinds of shit out there, man. So, but, the other, like, I can't remember the name of the town, but it's right there, but it would stink. And then, because I drive through it going up to your place when I lived in Broomfield. So, I can't remember which one it is. So, but then there's like the other one out east. So sometimes I had to drive up 76 all the way to the border up there. And there's like those series of 3 towns, and each one of them has a beet plant in it. So, a sugar beet factory.
Oh, really?
Oh, man, when I lived in Wyoming, I lived right next to a town that had a sugar beet plant. It was like maybe 15 minutes away from my... And when they started cooking, it smelled great for about 6 hours. It was like, oh, that smells great. It smells like cake. And then after a little while, it was like, that smells like burning dumpsters. It's like, yeah, it's just awful. So, yeah, it smells like tire fire. So, yeah, oh, the pleasures of rural living.
Yeah, I don't have any of those smells out here now.
No, man, this town's so clean.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It sure
Yeah.
is, man.
Yeah.
It's so nice. So I was driving up Powers the other day, and I got all that construction out there, all these new industrial things out there, and they're all clean. They all look like office buildings, you know, even
Yeah.
though they're making like airplane parts in them and stuff. It's like, this is great. So down in Pueblo the other day, and the steel mill caught on fire.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like, that figures. So
No, I can picture it. I can picture it. I can picture a liquid nitrogen truck breaking.
right, get the hell out of here.
I have seen some like factories and stuff. I don't know if I've seen any where just the whole like front door was open so that you could drive a truck like that
Oh.
into a place where you have just like open molten metal.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I've never seen places just pool it like that.
Well, I've toured the steel plant down there, so yeah, you got to go through quite a few doors.
Somebody's got to badge you in.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So
I mean, little Timmy can't just wander his way into the...
no, in fact, the thing is surrounded with razor wire. So, because they do, what is it? They do I can't remember what it's not. So they don't like use like coal to melt shit. They use like extreme electricity, and they put a current on a piece of metal. And
Oh
melt it
yeah,
down
yeah,
to-
yeah.
Oh,
So and they take all the scrap and stuff, and they just huck it in there, and they just zap it until it melts.
wow.
So it's pretty
Okay.
impressive. And it's not like, like we work hard, we party hard,
Right,
kind
right,
of like steel
right.
mill, kind of thing. It's not clean, but it's
It ain't
like
filthy.
it
Yeah,
ain't
it's
filthy.
not.
Yeah, it's not like there were parts of the airport that were more filthy than that. Yeah. So yeah.
You mean everybody isn't walking around with a layer of carbon just stuck on them?
No.
I got to, okay. So this is something that makes the rounds on every now and then.
So we gotta do the symbols. Using his bracers here on the X.
So every now and then somebody will post like a picture of a roughneck, or not a picture, but a video of a roughneck, basically like tripping pipe. And
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those.
basically as a I don't know, like kids are pussies these days kind of like post. Right?
Yeah,
Now the thing
where
that,
they're using the chains and shit.
well,
Yeah.
the thing that got me is the ones they always post. The guys are never wearing shirts, and no hats, no glasses.
They're covered in mud too.
Yes.
Yeah. They're not drilling for. They drill for water. So
I guarantee you PPE is still a requirement on those rigs.
That show that was down in Texas
Yeah.
that they had on it, they were not wearing shit for PPE.
were they drilling oil too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were wearing their wife beaters and their
What the
their
fuck?
arms were all out and all
There's
this kind
no
of
way.
stuff.
Are you for real?
That's how they had the show.
I don't know about this, man. I feel like
But when I first that first year I roughnecked,
yeah.
we didn't have to have coveralls up. I mean, we were supposed to,
Yeah.
but like it was like, it's summer, it's hot, so you
Yeah.
undo your coveralls, tie it around your waist, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you
And
go
just
to
get
work.
filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because in some ways it makes sense to hose off that way, like way easier, right?
but by the time the next summer came, it was no, you gotta have your coveralls on.
Okay.
You have to wear your FRs.
Yeah.
Because somebody
got their face
Right.
melted. Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
We're gonna be getting inspected, so.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. It was like when they post this shit, I'm like, how old is this? Because I feel like somebody would have gotten yelled at if they saw it. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong, and this dude's doing it all by himself, right?
I've seen a couple of those, but there was one that's community note where they're actually drilling for water. So
I could see
And that
Yeah.
for sure. But even
So-
still, I guarantee you that some dudes had a meeting out there where it's like, well, these are pinch points. This is why you have to wear impact gloves. This
Right,
is why
right,
you
right.
have to.
Thanks.
Yeah, but when you're working on a drilling rig that's basically pulled by a truck,
Well, okay,
Oh, yeah, that's what it
there
is.
That,
Yeah.
that,
like
okay,
you
yeah.
still got the one guy doing it, and you
Yeah.
you get the shot. And
True.
it looks like he's doing all the crazy stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like you're not going to get a blowout. You're not going to get. You're not going to catch things on fire. You're like, and like, yeah, is the boss around or is whoever around or no? He's actually the same guy.
I was gonna
that's
say,
not-
like, he is the boss.
Yeah.
And he's not wearing a shirt
yeah.
either.
Yeah.
It's his truck.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
it's
got
like-
it.
right.
Yeah.
That's so this is Johnson. That's Johnson. I'm the
Right.
other Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Johnson and Johnson one truck. You know,
Yeah.
well drillers. Yeah. So discount.
That's true to form, man. They did put in the lowest bid.
Yeah.
It's a two-man operation.
Two-man, yeah.
And who knows? In different countries, they might not care.
No,
That's true. He might
no.
not be American either.
Hang on, no. If it's different countries, those don't make X unless the shit's exploding.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I do not see rig videos from other countries that don't result in, well, dudes falling down that, or dudes getting hit by this, or this falling on that.
Yeah, but it could be a video that's taken elsewhere and then posted by somebody in America.
It's entirely possible,
Yeah.
but those videos always have Chinese characters on the.
Well, I mean, think of it. Baker guys could be out there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but they're white guys. Yeah. Sort of.
well-
yeah. I mean, he's covered in mud.
They're
so.
a white, kind of.
Right, yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
So, yeah. Huh. No, goddamn, man, the internet's been lying to me a lot lately, so I just don't. Just gotta assume that everything is.
We're sort of on speaking terms right now, but
You and the
yeah.
internet are on speaking terms.
Is
You
it?
made up.
So-
Well, no, well, I mean, we're not friends, but we're,
we can be neighbors for a while. We can be civil.
why don't we just stay out of each other's hair for a
Because
while?
I'm finding it hard to believe they sent you a personal apology.
Well, no.
And it seems like that's where you're drawing the line on true forgiveness.
I wouldn't have it that way. It's just like, so the adage is that the opposite of love is not hate, it's apathy, right? And that's kind of where I am right now.
You're apathetic with the
Yes,
internet.
yes, because the problem is the internet has been doing a good job of getting me wound up about things that seem like a big deal.
What's the latest one?
The latest one, of course, is the Trump trial.
No.
And this is the thing is they're really good at hyping up certain things, and of course, anything to do with like video games right now is embarrassing.
Oh, but there's a really good one coming out. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
I found one. Anyway.
Just like we can drop everything right
No,
now.
man.
What game is
Alright,
this?
so I'll finish off with dumb thought, but
No. You just sorry. I didn't just put a pin up there.
no, that's
all,
absolutely fine. But yeah, so that's the thing is they've been getting me hyped up, and just it's the years have gone by and fucking nothing happens.
Yeah, that's kind of ironic. Isn't it? My mom was calling me the other day. Oh my God, we're gonna go to war with that man. And I'm like, no, we're not, Mom.
Yes.
I was like, no. I don't know. We did it before. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's why we're not gonna do it again. So
They didn't take any of our
they
hostages.
didn't take any of our guys.
Yes.
So yeah.
And didn't
So-
Iran fail epically?
I see. This is where the internet's been lying to me like
Right.
crazy. I have no fucking clue what happened. So it was a big fucking deal. One day, my brother got called into work. Yada yada yada, stuff like that, or placed on alert or whatever it is. Then, then like 2 days later, it's like, what happened? It was. I'm sorry. It's a weekend. I was watching baseball. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought they fired like 300 missiles and like
something like
they
that.
all got shot down practically.
I think a couple of them got through.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just missiles, it was drones and stuff too.
Yeah, it was cruise missiles, drones, and ballistic missiles. So there are 3 different types of things they launched all at the same time.
It's 3 different.
They don't fucking get there at the same time, though. So, I mean, come on, man. Anybody who's played an RTS knows that you got to send those guys in first so that the other guys, when, when the elves get there with the bows and stuff, then the footmen are already there, and here come your knights. You got to send them last, otherwise they get there first and die. So,
Right. So the tanks draw aggro. Right. Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You got to aggro them correctly.
when you say that, it's like that fucking like weird bug thing from like Futurama with the weird pizzas. He's like, it's got like 4 things on it. And
Oh,
that's
right.
kind
Yeah.
of, that's kind of like their attack was just like, what things do we have? It's like, well, we've got drones, we've got ballistas, we've got.
Go to the list.
We've got-
We got trebuchets. Yeah. I think we can launch a rock all the way across the sword.
See, I don't think the Iron Dome would handle a rock well.
The ground will handle it just fine, Jeff. Yeah.
Well, because
It's a rock. You just move.
it's not actually hitting a dome. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not hitting a dome. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I've refrained from going down because there's like all this defense bullshit that I watch
Yeah.
on YouTube, and they were all talking about it the next day, and I was just like, you know what? We'll give it a week or two.
That's
So it's like I don't need a hot take. I want someone to tell me the straight thing, and I haven't seen it yet. So
yeah. And I caught that one like as it was happening.
Yeah.
So the hype was real, right?
on the X. It needs a sound effect like shing shing.
I just
Are
don't
we
like
gonna
it
get a
so much.
soundboard so that we can have certain sound effects
We-
for
that-
certain?
not mature enough.
Yeah. All be
We're
farts
just
out.
not. I know. We're not. But yeah. Okay. So what is this game that you saw?
Manor Lords. So did you see that one?
Nope.
Okay, so it is City
You say
Skylines.
Men are lords.
Manor Lords.
Manor. Oh,
like
wow.
the manor on the hill.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
so it is City Skylines for like medieval Europe.
Oh,
It looks amazing.
right. It's not out now.
It will be out on Thursday, and it's going to be on Game Pass. So, yeah.
okay.
So, there you go. I think you still have Game Pass.
No, I canceled it.
Oh, see, I did too. Damn it.
You know that
So-
thing where you were talking about like auditing stuff that you don't use.
Yep.
You know the last game I got off of Game Pass?
I'm going to guess it was probably Age of Empires.
Nope.
Oh,
Is this Game Pass for your Xbox or Game Pass for the computer?
it's both.
It's for both, but I do pretty much all my gaming on the
Yeah.
computer anyway.
My Xbox is dead.
Does it work if you have it? Game Pass works just automatically on your computer? Or is it...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you just download the game. Yeah.
You can do both. When you get your subscription, you can do anything on the Xbox. It has a separate listing where it's like this is all the PC shit. You can install it, uninstall it.
It's just like Steam,
I
basically.
think I'm paying for 2 things then.
Well,
Don't
Don't.
do that. Yeah.
I definitely have a Game Pass for the Xbox, and then I got Game Pass for William for his computer.
It should be the same.
Unless you guys have two separate accounts.
Maybe he's
that's
using
the
it for
question.
his account.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's, my daughter and I ran into that. She and I both can't play Minecraft off my account.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Well, I mean, she can play and I can play, but she and I cannot play together. So we'll put it that way.
Unless you're on the same TV.
Well,
yeah, but I need an Xbox for that, and I don't have one of those.
All right, so that's fine. But no, the last game I got up there was Starfield.
Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah. So that was the
Well, that was
audit.
just last fall. That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be paying monthly for something that
No,
you use.
agreed. Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
That was it.
isn't Game Pass for the Xbox a yearly subscription?
It's monthly.
I did monthly.
You can do it either
You
way.
can do yearly too.
Oh, okay.
What is it? It's like $12 a month, something like that.
It's not that much. It's just like I wasn't using it.
Yeah, I canceled mine probably about 2 years ago. I want to say.
Yeah.
Because
There's cool stuff on there,
there's
but
great
yeah.
stuff on there, but I was just like, like when I buy a game, I try and get my money's worth out of it, and like I'm still playing The Witcher right now. If the thing was on Game Pass, it would go off Game Pass before I finish the game. So,
But then they give you the discounted price to buy it.
well, I've never tried to do that, so I believe you, but yeah,
I did finish The Witcher
did all the way through.
this week.
Nice. Oh, so it did take a while. Oh shit, it's gonna take me all summer. So,
With the final time of 70 hours.
Jesus, that's
Is
it.
that bad?
40's about where I cap out.
Oh god, no! I'll spend 300 hours in that game.
Yeah, I thought you guys had.
On one playthrough. Well, the last
playthrough.
Yeah, this last playthrough was 70 hours because it had 2 expansions that I never played.
Mm-hmm.
And once I finished those, there was a part of me that said, I can ignore a lot of dumb little things. So it's cool. But yeah, once you finish up with the expansion stuff, the regular getting back to fight these ice guys is
No.
you're just fucking wasting time. I mean, it is kind of funny to it is kind of funny because at that point, because I didn't set the scaling on, right? So you go out there and you watch all these people walk in tough, and then you just basically blow on Imlerith, and
Oh right.
and he's coughing up blood,
Right.
and they show the cutscene where you're like, oh, your hair's all disheveled and shit. But,
Right. And you just peek. You just like hit him twice.
but, but it was still super cool. But yeah, 70 hours, done.
Okay.
Done.
So is that 70 hours total you played on the game, or is it just 70 hours for that specific?
It was 70 hours for that playthrough.
Mm.
I played it through twice before.
Oh, I didn't know you had played it twice before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because I did the New Game Plus
Oh, okay. Yeah.
way back in the day,
Right,
when
right.
it came out.
I think the only game that I played through thoroughly twice is probably Cyberpunk. Come to think of it,
That
I did that one twice.
that game has gotten the mileage out of me, and the last update where they actually made the game better,
Oh, way much. Oh, so much more fun. Yeah.
like there were certain things I didn't like about the leveling system, but I mean, these are minor gripes, but it still did
Yeah.
not detract from any of the fun that I had, and I still beat what's his name?
Adam Smasher.
Yeah, I still beat him to death
With
with
your
my
fist.
bare hands. So
I melted his brain from.
yeah, you did.
Yeah, I fused all his circuits together.
So
It's like, hey, big guy, I bet you run off batteries, don't you, buddy?
so when it comes down to it, unless they release like something else for the game, I'm done. Just because I've
probably
had
done with
so
it.
much goddamn fun with it. It is retired. Unless they're gonna do like Cyberpunk 2025 with updated rosters.
It
And,
might. Well, they're working on Witcher 4, so they did.
Well,
come
they're working
out
on
with
both.
that. Oh, they are working on both.
Yeah.
I thought Cyberpunk, whatever it was just kind of like a distant project. So
Supposedly they're working on both.
okay,
Yeah, I'm fine with that, but it'll probably be a while.
it'll probably be a while.
That's fine.
There are rumors that are going around out there that Fallout 5 is actually in the works. So, and it's closer than we think. So, I don't know if that's true or not.
It has to be very different from Starfield.
Yeah.
Because if I get a hint of those,
You get a whiff of those starry eyeballs.
if I get a whiff of those ugly faces and absolute dearth of white people, I am not jumping back into this. Because if I jump into that game and it does that same shit
Starfield?
again, if it does that same shit again, where it's like, nope, this entire galaxy is run by Pajits, I will know that they had the committee guys over there
Right.
to tell them to zhuzh up their game.
Shut up there, kid. Like a Christmas tree, Right. You gotta fluff it a little bit.
No, man, just don't fucking gay this place up. Stop doing that. Don't, you just remember who your audience is, because it means that your stories are going to get stupid. It means that certain characters will be untouchable.
Starfield's stories are so bad. It's embarrassing.
Well, yeah.
It's the most ham-fisted writing I've ever seen in a game. Now that I'm playing through The Witcher, I'm like, oh, this game is good. So,
Well, yeah.
Where the other one is like, oh, I can be a goody two-shoes the entire time, and it doesn't matter what I do because they're all going to have the same animation after this. So,
This is correct.
yeah. Whereas in it's like Witcher, there's like things that come up. It's like, fuck, whatever I do here, it's going to turn to shit. So I know that because this is what you guys do to me. So if I try and be a dick, you're going to let me be a dick and make me feel bad about it. If I try to be nice, you're going to have this guy actually turn out to be a werewolf and go murder those children over there. So yes, and it's like you cannot win. So
If you kill the evil thing in the ground,
right, yeah.
the
Children get eaten.
The children
Yeah.
get eaten.
Yeah. But if you let it go, then that entire
The
town
town.
dies of plague.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
I know. This is
what
the
I'm
game,
talking-
man.
yeah.
It's just,
Oh.
yeah, which after a while, it's just like, sorry, I'm strictly here on what's your business. Do you have business for me?
Right.
So,
Right.
no, but Timmy's down the well. Timmy needs not Witcher.
Timmy, fire the
Timmy needs a rope ladder.
Yes.
You know?
So what you want to do is dial your primitive dumbass, speaking from your coffin 911, where you guys are constantly coughing and spitting and
Farting.
just and farting. God,
It is those times.
not in fucking Renaissance,
I haven't made it to
beautiful France, Italy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's an amalgamation of the.
beautiful France, Italy.
Yes, they sort of smush these two things together.
Gotcha.
And the sun shines there, and there were good plants, and
Right. Not ones that sting you. Yeah.
they're not stinging you. You go in there and you look at the people and you're like, there's so little melanoma out here, and it's just everybody in town is filthy. They just
Oh, yeah.
gross. There's fucking prostitutes everywhere. I'm
Yeah.
like, God, this place is a mess.
In the France, Italy.
No.
No, well, they were nice.
In the
girls.
parts where you go.
Oh,
In the part
okay.
where you start. You start what is supposed to be fake Poland, and they really zhuzh it up to make it look like a shitty place to live. So, it's
That's
just
weird coming from the Polish.
well, no, not really. They like to self punch, quite a
Are the
bit.
people there happy, or they all?
Oh no! No! It's all shit. So,
there isn't a
no
single
point.
happy
It's all
person
shit.
there.
Yeah.
Well, if they are happy, they did something wrong.
Right,
And
yeah.
you got to put them in the ground.
They're up to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
this guy's a vampire.
Right, yeah, it's like, oh, wait. You beat your wife until she miscarried, and then you just kick the.
Did they actually have that?
Oh yeah. that's-
What?
Yeah.
It's actually a brilliant plot line. It's creepy as shit.
That's the Baron stuff.
Holy cow!
Yeah, and you're just like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
shit.
and you have to rebury the baby before it turns into something nasty. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
it's messed up, man.
But
That's
that's
actually one of the better stories.
Wow.
But that's that place. Once you get to the nice place, yeah, they give you. I mean, that's you walk in there like, oh well, we're aware of your antics, so here we're going to give you this estate
Oh yeah, I haven't gotten there.
with its own winery and all this other stuff, and you know what? If you buy paintings and stuff, you can fix this place up and all these other things. Yeah, you buy fancy art there. They paint fancy art of you.
Do you start dying because you don't understand what this world is? Like, these people are just too nice. It hurts. It burns.
You're right. There's no version of this where you're just, so adverse to like civilization that you start melting. It's not quite like that.
It doesn't have Fallout.
See, okay. I guess if they depending on the course they take on that, I'd be interested in playing that. Have you gotten any interest in watching the TV series?
Yeah, I'll sit down and watch it eventually.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I've been curious.
It's
but
on Amazon, right?
I
I think
I think
it
yeah.
is.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I just have. I'm like, well, I know nothing of the characters. I wonder how this would play out.
Oh, they're not the characters aren't in any of the games.
Oh, so the Red Skull isn't in Fallout?
No.
He's not a red skull.
He's not a red skull. He's a ghoul.
He looks like the Red Skull.
He
does
does,
look like Red
but you
Skull.
got to understand, Will, those things are not permitted to live when I play that game.
See, and like I'm the same way with super mutants. They need to be put down. So even though Jeff like has a an affinity for their kind, for some
It's
reason.
not an affinity, it's a tolerance.
Right.
So the thing, you are so disgusted by them, like stopping short of genocide
They eat
is
people. So yes, we're going to.
so I guess I come across as a sympathizer in his eyes.
Well, let's see here. People crossing the border need to be murdered. People that eat people are A-okay.
I argue
These aren't people. They're
they're,
mutants.
they're the same people. No, okay, just no. No, it's not that. Okay, so you have the designated crossing spots, right? So basically, wherever there's a road, okay, that leads into a town, right? That's a designated check-in point. That's where people seeking asylum or whatever.
Port of entry. Yes.
Yeah, okay. If you try to cross at one of the places that is not the port of entries, right? That's where the big fence is. That says in like 16 languages, if you cross this fence, you will be killed. And then if you do, you get to wander around a couple of feet and then the drone will hit you. Right? So it says in there,
Does it drop like a warning golf ball on you first or something?
Nope.
Doink. No, just a hand grenade, huh?
different kinds of explosives.
Right,
but,
yeah,
but,
sure.
But yeah, and so the sign says, if you want to enter here, right? It's just if you cross that territory where there's nothing you could do except be crossing illegally, you are considered a combatant.
And it's being armed by the Free Militia of America that would just have fun.
Did you guys see that movie?
The Civil War one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Is it good?
No, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it's got a fucking Jake from State Farm in it. Well, not
Jake from State
No
Farm?
way.
no, it's
Not the guy from Breaking
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
State Farm.
Sorry.
Which guy from Breaking Bad?
The
Jesse Plemons. What?
yeah.
Oh, Meth Damon.
Meth Damon. Yes, it's got Meth Damon.
Yeah.
In it.
Okay.
And it looks like he
Yeah.
lost weight.
Oh, he was fat.
was big, yeah, so it looked like-
he had
yeah.
put on some
Oh.
baby fat.
He
Oh.
lost it.
What was what was that movie?
The game night?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was chunky in
Yeah.
that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was a rig movie.
That was good.
It was
I absolutely
fine.
enjoyed it.
It's okay. There is no way I would have left my home and paid money to see it.
Well, all right. I
And same
wouldn't
thing
have
with
gone
the
to
Civil
theater.
War movie. That looks like a rig movie of all rig movies.
Yeah, that's what it seems like bait for certain constituencies out there. So
It does have Snaggletooth in it.
it's got Who's Snaggletooth?
What's her name?
Jewel?
No. She kind of looks like her. She's from Spider-Man. She's from Spider-Man 1. Snaggletooth.
Kristen Dunst?
Kristen
Yeah.
Dunst. Why do you call her Snaggletooth?
Because she's got snaggle teeth.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
She got weird teeth.
Got weird teeth.
But she's in that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to see it, but I think Dune's still in the theaters, maybe, or something. Like,
If I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go see. Actually, it's that, or I'm gonna go see the Spy Family movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's playing over here. You won't like it
Why?
because it's subtitled.
Oh, yeah, there's no point in that. Dub that crap. We're in America.
Make it right.
You want my American dollars? Then speak in American.
Speaking American.
Yeah.
American.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's. I'm not having this fight. I'm not gonna.
We can't keep pushing the buttons to see
It's not a button. It's just like it is a fundamental difference between us, and that's okay. That's okay. Because I understand where you're coming from, right? There is something frustrating about like, fuck. Regardless of how interesting this is, I'm not watching the movie. I'm watching a sliver of the bottom part of the screen for 2.5 hours. I can.
Or they always put the words up before whatever is actually happening, so you're like,
yes.
oh, I can kind of see the future. This is getting going.
Quick, Ma, turn on the World Series.
So yeah, while
Right. Yeah.
because Nikki is kind of deaf, so she always has the
Oh, really?
the words on the TV.
The closed caption?
Yeah, closed captioning, and so sometimes I
that.
catch myself reading it before they speak, and I'm like, damn it.
It's fine. Well, I watch most things I watch with closed captioning.
Ah,
I play all video games with
I
closed
play all video
captioning
games with closed captioning.
because that's how I can skip. It would not have been,
Skip.
it would not have been 70 hours if I didn't do that. If I sat there and actually listened to them fucking talk, it would have been 140 because I can read really fast, right? I just hit the X button, and since I'm reading, I can read at my own level. I don't have to sit there and listen to you guys like gasp and,
Breathe.
Well, there's nothing more frustrating than reading a line, okay, and let's say it's a line that actually has pauses. Waiting for them to hit their beats in this when you see the words already, it's maddening.
Okay,
Oh,
I could
yeah,
definitely understand that with a game.
Yeah, so that saves me so much time.
Okay, that all right. I can see that.
But yeah, I can. Your point is, I can't argue with you because you're right.
But I will
Don't
say
have a problem
there are
with
some times when they are doing stuff that's like under breath that you're really not supposed to hear, and they still put it up there, and I'm like, there's no way I would have known what these.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like that was meant to be so low in a whisper, and you just threw it up there. I was like, whoa,
Right.
okay, that was kind of cool.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah. So just because I'm okay with it doesn't mean that you're wrong. That's why it's not an argument.
All right, fair enough.
'Cause, yeah, I do sometimes sit there and get I get irritated sometimes where the action is actually on that part of the screen.
Yeah.
And it's being blocked out by the subtitles. I'm like, oh.
But sometimes they're really good. They move it around and they keep it out of everything. But yeah, sometimes they're terrible.
So, yeah. I just happen to think that the intent of the original actors is generally superior to a second or tertiary interpretation of it. Then you go through the cast and you get people who get the inflections all wrong. They come from the same. If you've heard these 5 people, you've heard these 5 people in everything that you watch, and they all have those terrible pronunciations. Nobody enunciates in this business, and that's your whole business.
Well, I think all of the American Spy Family
Yeah.
is going to be at Comic-Con.
Oh, the movie? Or
I don't know.
oh, the cast?
Yeah,
Oh, probably. It's the
I'm guessing it's the
same
American
like
people.
12 people that voice everything. So
Yeah. I don't like the internet right now, but I did read something the other day that was basically talking about how like the voice casting that we have right now is the stuff that people are going to be listening to in 50 years. So yeah,
This is going to be what rights AI.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, it's all right.
I don't know though, man. I mean, I watch my daughter's media habits, and I'm convinced that like most forms of like things that people like. I mean, this again is the lost small numbers working against me, but whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just it. But I'm noticing with my students too. It's like, what movies you guys go see? We don't watch movies anymore.
Right.
So,
Right.
it's like, yeah, what do you guys do? So we watch streamers or we watch sports, and it's like because basically streaming is like sports, and it's like okay,
Streaming is like sport.
yeah,
It's live.
yeah, games and
That's
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking just streaming stuff.
Well, I mean, there's people who do all kinds of different things, on streams now, and so like they get their news from it, they get like entertainment from it, they get music from it. So.
Yes, they have their own cult of what I would call pseudo celebrity because you wouldn't, you certainly wouldn't treat these people like actual celebrities, but you know them.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things where like you get like points in this world, sort of. If you listen to a guy since he had only 1,000 subscribers, kind of thing, yeah.
Oh well, okay. Well, that goes back like
I know
your wife and I could sit there and joke about like. So did you see this band before they were big?
I saw them in a bar. Yeah. So fucking Metallica, man. You had to pay like $1,000 for those tickets. So I just had to get the cover charge.
Yeah, it was like, oh, where'd you see them? Oh, you saw them at Mile High.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
yeah.
You saw them after they sold out.
Right,
So this has to be post-Black Album, right? Yeah, instead of just like, well, I saw it to a crowd of 140 at the Fillmore. Yeah, it's
right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's not like that's totally new.
no, I'm not saying that that behavior is new. Just like the medium is just going that way. Does that make sense? Yeah.
The one thing I will say that is different compared to that is, like, even if you saw Metallica when there was a crowd of 10, there wasn't like a chat open with them. So there is a chance.
Yeah,
there is a chance that
you.
yeah. So there might be a chance where, like, because you were there, and it's like, actually, Diggler 10 has been with me like since.
Oh yeah, good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah.
So you're one of my originals. OPs.
Yeah, I made him a mod.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know though, man. I mean, gaming is so fractured right now. So
okay,
it's weird.
You had to have heard this.
Which one?
The greatest majority of people on Steam right now, and I can't remember the percentage, it's like 60 to like 65%, are all playing games that are over 10 years old.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which means new games.
They're dying. Yeah.
Correct.
Well, I mean, it's more like flash in the pan now. This is why everything gets early access release now. So the days of non-early access releases, they're dead. It's over.
Well, but this is
Do you pay like an extra $10 to have the early?
No, they just call it early access so they can fuck the game up, and not put a finished product out there. And then you kind of like either you get on board with it, and then if you got a game that's got a good core to it, and then a lot of people are like, yeah, this game's great. Okay, then you take the money that you get from that initial early access and then you flesh out the rest of the game. Okay,
gotcha.
but if you put a game out there on early access and everybody looks at it and says this is a piece of shit,
it just shuts
so like Skylines 2, which basically went from everybody was playing it to nobody was playing it within like 2 weeks. So yeah, and now they're like apologizing and making all the DLC free because they didn't early access it. So on this one, they gave it to a few select YouTubers out there and said, here, you guys make videos about it. And they're like, oh, this is great, blah, blah, blah. But you have to play it for more than the week they let you have it to realize that, okay, there's some shit in this game that's really busted. So that's how it's all going right now. I mean, and Todd Howard learned that with Starfield. If he had pumped that one out a week early and given it to a few, 100 people to review. Yeah, maybe a month.
There's not enough emergency firefighters on staff to actually retool that.
Yeah, you're right.
Because otherwise, it would have been we'd have that version.
Exactly, and I don't even know if they're working on it. And so
yeah, we would have they call it Starfield Game of the Year edition.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they've done that in the past.
All this crap that comes with it. Yes,
they've done that in the past.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean that's how everything is going right now. I mean, there's early access games that I got on board with, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then they didn't have the launch they wanted. Now all the dev support's gone. In those games, it's just basically abandonware now. Yeah, so it's like, okay, well, it was cool. So yeah,
we'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know. So yeah.
And there's just the direction a lot of the big studios are going are not the ways that people want their games to be.
No.
That same thing that I told you about, like, no white people in this game. Fascinating. You got touched up by a fucking
The DEI.
consultation group.
You
did. And you got bossed into this.
I did see some of that
And people are fucking tired of it.
at the mothership. I'll talk about that later.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Huh.
I don't want to talk about that on camera.
That's okay.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
That's quite all right.
Yeah, I like my job.
Quite all right. I will share this. I will say that just on a positive note, since I'm like writing nonstop, I have sort of turned the exploits of you and two of your other friends into sort of like this running set of stories of adolescence. So I want you to know that your annals are training the future.
Oh, that's awesome.
Of AI.
It's all broken sprinkler heads from here on out, huh?
Oh no, I had a great one where I wrote the I think you showed me it. I think you brought it home one day. Yeah, whichever one of you idiots was doing the war between the dinosaurs and the
our book cover.
yeah.
book covers.
Yeah.
I wrote the perspective I wrote it from the perspective of a soldier in that war.
Oh, that's awesome. The Stickman Wars? Yeah.
If we could have
Hundreds.
animated that,
Oh, we'd be rich. Yeah.
for what some of these YouTube videos are,
Oh, God.
we would be loaded because ours was. I mean, that was epic.
I
Because
still have a couple. I have one book cover.
there's one guy named Alan Becker that
Yep.
does oh man, like some of his stick figure battles. I'm
They're
just
great.
like, oh dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, and then if we could have done that, I mean,
Yeah. Well, I remember trying to do that with that old camcorder that I had once, but it would take 1 second frames. So
Right.
yeah, that was
That's
the
not-
slowest you could get a frame. So
And that's not quite stop motion.
no, not even close.
No.
Yeah, no, not even close.
well, with what you
So-
could do now on computers, I mean,
Oh,
dude, we'd just be putting the ideas in it. It just
Oh, I know. Well, that's happening already. I mean, YouTube's getting dumb. So depending on what part of it you're going to, TikTok is already there. So in
Right.
terms of just
Right.
AI generated horseshit. So, you know, because it started like some of the initial ones that I thought were fucking hilarious was they would take, you know, a famous streamer doing like a Minecraft stream and then overlay, just feed the transcript of that into, you know, like Trump and
Yeah,
Biden.
yeah.
And those were so
those
fucking funny.
were. And
But-
I haven't seen one in.
That's because they're everywhere. They're it is
God.
just it is absolutely the internet is busted now thanks to AI, and it
Yeah.
took way less time to than a lot of people.
No,
did.
man, they found out
So-
that fucking cough syrup is the special ingredient in fucking most.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
It's
quick,
out,
man.
man. Yeah. And there's an exact script you need for a 15, 45, and 90-second video. So, and then now, like the other thing that I'm noticing is everything's like coalescing around 2 timestamps. One of them is 10 minutes, and one of them is an hour. And so you'll find a lot of shit that's like, oh, here's your primer on this. It's 10 minutes. And then the only other thing you see is like hour and 15-minute long podcasts or something like that. Yeah. So they're fucking everywhere. It's like one consultant ran around and talked to every creator that I know. So and said, here's your template. And they all started adopting it. So
It's weird, yeah, because Marina, she's at an AI conference this weekend.
Yeah.
She's gonna give me the details.
the deets.
The deets. Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's I guess that's the so the thing we kind of bag on where each other live a little bit, right?
She lives in San Francisco, right?
That is correct.
Yeah, we
So-
win.
So, all right. So there's this thing where like she appreciates that, especially as somebody that came from Russia, that I have seasons, right?
Right.
And she misses those things. But on the other hand, she's at an AI conference with basically every bigwig in that business right now, because her friend got her the promo codes, because otherwise it was $1,000 to attend.
Yeah.
And if you have the promo code, it's $150. And it just so happens that every Russian knows every other Russian in the Bay Area. So if you want to go to this, you call one of these people who is the top part of this. And so she does this stuff all the time. So that's the part where, like, San Francisco is great, but it's like, okay, but I didn't have to dodge human shit whenever I walked to, like, come and go or whatever, right? So it's kind of that. So the whole thing, I told her to spy on this. I said, what I'm asking you about is, tell me if any of these guys have come up with ways they're going to actually make this profitable.
That is really hard.
That is the big
that
issue.
Is really, really hard. Just because, like, you have to find instances where taking repetitive tasks and reducing them from, like, seconds down to nanoseconds matters. There just aren't that many. So
I would imagine, like, fighter pilots are it.
Well, even that, and the Air Force has already experimented with AI, and they had a big matchup, maybe just a couple of weeks ago, with AI dogfighting pilots and stuff like that, and that just becomes a question. The limiting factor there is not necessarily how clever it is; it's the fact that it doesn't have to actually, like, hold its cookies down. So
have a pilot.
Right.
It can do maneuvers that would kill a person.
Yeah, exactly. So, but from my understanding, it's still really easy to fool in a lot of things. And so, like, the Marines did something. This is like last year with Boston Dynamics.
Yeah. The box.
They put the box. Yeah, they did the Metal Gear Solid thing where they put the refrigerator box over a guy, and he snuck right up to it and turned it off. So, and like the same thing was apparently true with, like some of the AI stuff when it came to dogfighting as well. So it's like, well, if it's over-interpreting what you're going to do, you just have to be a little bit more unpredictable. So, because, like, if I bank in and it's going to chase me like this, and if I bank, like, do a stupid maneuver that would actually put me in its gun sights, it's going to think that something's fucked up. So,
And it may react fast enough, but the thing about this was what you pointed out, and she's like, this is what I know already, because I guess, so her husband, he said he usually gets sent to these things because he's looking for, like, investors, right?
Right.
Okay, so, well, he's looking for things to invest in, right? So that's where because he comes from that, they have to break down every angle of where, like, the finances goes. And so evidently the bottleneck right now is, if you're going to do anything AI related, it all has to go through NVIDIA.
Yep, I've heard that.
And the cost of being the only game in town is so exorbitant that they can't find, if you have a margin, it's this small.
Yeah.
If you're not losing your ass already.
No, the margin companies are the ones who own the assets. So, yeah. I mean, if you're trying to compete off margin anymore in that one, I mean, AI is going to destroy your margins first, because, it's, if one AI can figure it out, so can another, usually very quickly. So, because all AI really is just a series of multiple regressions. I mean, it's really complex and, stuff, but that's all it is. It's just using basically past performance to predict future results. So every single time.
It's all it is as if then. It's all flowcharts.
Yes, it's all, yes.
It's spaghetti logic flowcharts.
Yes, that's all it is. And
being done very quickly.
Yeah, and so, like, I don't know. There's a couple guys that I listen to are, eagerly awaiting the arrival of our future overlords, our robot overlords. And I keep telling, just, like, it's not going to work out that way, man. It's not going to, that's not going to happen.
Here's the amazing thing. This is the amazing thing that I saw the other day. And I'm going to have to ask you about a study here in a minute. But, so what they went over was the contracts that were signed with the writers. Did you see this?
Which writers?
Basically the Hollywood writers.
No, I didn't.
This is basically about what they agreed to in their new contracts, right?
For the, the WGA or whatever?
Correct. Okay, now this was fascinating when they broke down the business of it, because what they said was, it's based on how many episodes that you're planning to do equals how many writer/producers.
Yeah, you were telling me about this last week. Yeah.
Okay. It is completely untenable, right?
Sure.
This is, okay, so there's two things on it is, with that, the cost of this is, so number one, it absolutely guts. You're not going to get long seasons of stuff.
Yeah.
And what it also guarantees is it is going to go with the Netflix model of 2 seasons and you're done. Because that is the only way that once you hit the 2-season turnaround, and basically if you have actors, that's when they get paid.
Yeah, so when you're going over like 26 episodes or something.
Correct. And now you can't do a 26-episode season.
Right.
You have to keep that under 12.
Right.
Because at 11 episodes, you have 5 writers and 3 producers. 3 writer-producers, which means that you have to pick 3 of those people at a bump.
This is dumb.
To be on site, to basically do on location edits if they need it. If you go to 12 and above, you have to add another writer to that. And that's where it's like, okay, so you're going to guarantee 10 episode seasons and you're going to kill it at 2. And this is the thing where if you're talking about what AI is going to do,
it's going to do that.
It is going to replace 5 of those writers because
it writes better jokes.
Bro, okay. So it's not just it writes better jokes. It's that, again, from having fucked with these things for so long, because it's my job. Right?
Yeah.
So if you jump in here and say, like, all right, there is a pattern, right? There's a certain thing. Like, if you read any screenwriting thing, they're going to tell you, like, you need an action beat at page 100. You need this, and this. And so if you feed it and basically say, I want these things, it'll crap out something for you that's not awful, but it's something where you can say, I have the base. Now I can look over this in a weekend instead of drafting this from start to finish.
Yeah.
So you can shed 5 writers by doing this, and their contract is not indefinite.
Yeah,
this is up for review in, like, 2 years, like 3 years.
But I mean, like,
that's what AI is going to replace.
AI is going to be the idea guy. So yeah.
Well, no, it's not the idea. Sure, it's the workhorse.
Well, yeah, but I mean, still, it's going to come up with all the little things that take a lot of like effort and time to actually go through. The thing about it is that what it's going to do is it's going to reduce the workload on that so much that you're going to have an infinite number of scripts. Way more than you used to have. So,
and you can pick and choose and pull what you want.
If you have time to actually go through them, sure. So, I mean, that's the thing is like, if my daughter, like in 2 years, they come out with, AI and me, on your app kind of thing. And it's like, write me a story, click. All right. So it'll barf something out. And out of the millions of people who do that, you get like, a few of them that are really good gems, but that's coming from some nobody. Okay, now, all right, so, I mean, it's just going to have so much more, there's just going to be so much more volume. So, I mean, I can tell you that's exactly what's happening on YouTube right now. The volume is, like, amazing. It's like...
Well, for sure.
Yeah, just because people making, like, auto-generated, like, even just, like, little, 30-second slideshows using AI imaging like you do. So, and it's like, yeah, okay. That gets 1 million hits. Well, so that's 1 million eyeballs that aren't watching my shit. So yeah.
But yeah, so the closer analogy is like, so if you know your animation here, like, so the person is basically keyframes. Okay, the AI is the work. They are the in-between animators, where 80% of the work is done. You just need the expert to say, here, you draw the lines in between, and then we can fix up the shit that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Right?
But my point is, it's going to make those exports much more rare. So, just because of the sheer amount of shit that's going to be out there.
Well, okay, so people who are good at that, right? Basically, you might need 2 writers where it's one person where it's like, I know how to feed it the prompts. Yeah. Right? Because... this is the whole thing I experiment. This is where, like, I go back and forth with this stuff is like, all right, so if I want it to generate it what I want it to do, what limitations and what specifics do I have to put in, right? And there's a world of difference in between, especially on its interpretation, right? So, yeah, you might have to have one person that says, all right, I know how to tell the machine what to do, and the other person that says, I know how to tell you what to tell the machine, right?
Yeah, the prompts are massive
They're a fucking mess.
Yeah.
They're a fucking mess right now.
So, just trying to get it to do what I want it to do in art, it's like...
In art?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
trying to get. It's
Yeah.
like I cannot get it to come close to what I'm imagining.
Is it worse now than it was when you started doing that?
It feels like it.
See, and that's one other thing. So, like at my school, we got a couple people work with AI too. So, they say like they do something completely different. So they're not focusing on writing stories and stuff like that. They're actually focused on business analytics more so than anything else. But so you feed more data into the machine, it gets pickier about what it wants from you.
Correct.
So
And it just doesn't necessarily know how to separate everything.
Correct.
So
The more you
put it
stipulate,
along,
the worse it gets.
But
Yeah.
then it's trying to combine it all into one idea. And you're just like,
right.
no. And so you try and, like, as if you put it in quotes, it's supposed to make it,
Yep.
this is more the focus. And then, but if
Yeah.
it still thinks that it's pulling this because you're using a physical description of a person as a part of an idea in the background, it's just changing your person
Yeah.
instead of thinking that that has anything to do with the background. It's
Well, and then basically it turns into everything that I hated about the Pandora model, right? Was I thumbs up a song, it looks at the song and says, well, it seems you like songs that are 120 to 150 beats per minute. They have emotionally charged lyrics. So it'll crap up something and say, like, I think you'd like Rihanna. I'm like, no, go fuck yourself. It's like, you think I like shitty music? Go fuck yourself. The reason it can't look at this and say, well, I like it because I made out with my girlfriend at this song. It can't know, and it generates a feeling for me. And
How
I
long
like
is it going
songs
to take for AI to completely destroy the music industry?
I think it's in the process.
I think this shit. I think Quint is in the mouth of the shark.
I absolutely, yeah. No, there ain't no turning back, man.
I don't think so either, man.
The music industry told the story about the Indianapolis like
Right,
2 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's games isn't too far behind it though, man.
You know,
So,
I think for games, it's actually going to be a huge benefit.
I think it'll be way better.
Huge benefit.
Because like 90% of games, 99.9% of games is that
The grunt work.
it is all the grunt work.
Yes.
It is so time intensive, But I mean, it's going to put every kid out there right now is studying to become a animator. Should probably switch to counting. Because. So, or something like that.
well, it would be pretty cool if AI gets to the point where like you're playing the game and you're playing the same game, but
It's going to be two
makes
separate
different.
games.
Yeah,
That's totally going to happen.
And
It's totally going to happen. I mean,
it's all personal. Like
there are already tools out there where you can use AI to generate your own open world game. So, and they've already tested this. You have two people who are doing the same thing. Okay, and then you do this quest this way, he does that quest that way. It changes the whole fucking structure behind it.
but then your YouTube videos are going to be cool because you're like, well, what did you get when you played and you're just going to have all these different YouTubes of, damn it, how do you get to that?
Well, the thing that I'm waiting for is actual speech. So where rather than like the drop down menu where there's like 4 things, you just say like,
oh, you can speak.
yeah,
That's
happening, man.
Gotcha.
So I've got one game right now. It's 10 fucking years old, and it's like they've already got some AI adaptive mods on this game where I just use the same microphone that I do, but I'm controlling a fire team of like 6 guys. And so I can give them commands, voice commands like that, and it'll recognize them. So, and it'll give me a confidence indicator down there. It's like, okay, I know what you're talking about. And so the more you use it, it gets used to you, and then it starts like, okay.
Wow.
So yeah, and it's pretty impressive. So because there's hundreds and hundreds of commands in the thing, because it's just a milsim. It's a like a war sandbox basically. And so you can do a million different things in it. But as soon as I saw that mod, I was like, fuck, I gotta try this. And
Dude, that's cool.
it is cool.
That sounds like the application. Like this is when you're talking about. Okay, so
Well, and someone wrote that mod in a fucking afternoon. See that?
they probably asked the AI to write the mod.
Yeah.
Because okay, so this is the thing that we like joke about, like from where we started, like '84 and stuff like this, where it's like, all right, when does the technology allow for the next advancement in actual gameplay? Because it's like,
This is it.
are the graphics just because we got in that
Graphics are
loop
fine.
where it's like, are the graphics just getting better, right? Because we've been through that. It's like, when does the game actually change? And we saw that happen. Like, so you hit that So as much as I love the 16-bit generation because it was great,
It
right?
just looked cool.
It looked better. It sounded better. It was the presentation meant everything. 32 bits are where actually like games changed because they could
Yep.
render this stuff.
Yep.
Right. And so that's where it's remembered as like a step forward.
Yep.
And we're at the point where, what's the difference between Trespasser and, well, I mean, you're taking a gameplay idea that's different.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
it's
yeah,
doable.
yeah. Now
okay?
it's totally doable.
Right.
Rather than, you have to have like the 5 fucking guys in America who can actually program that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And so, but I mean, like everything in gaming is kind of topped out in some respects. I mean, now, like, it's not even like clarity or contrast or color or anything like that. It's frame rate. So if you can actually maintain a beautiful, like full settings and then still maintain 60 FPS, that's your gold standard right now. So, and it's been that way.
It's been that way for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. And same thing, like sound has been like basically perfect for 15, 20 years now. So, and so the only thing that's like fucked up is, we're still getting shit product left and right. Okay. You get a lot of dumb ideas. People who just don't like thoroughly understand what makes for a fun game because they haven't played that many of them.
You have a lot of people that say fun is not an intrinsic part of the game.
Those people need to be shot, Jeff. They're clogging up my Steam. So,
They literally just say that fun is not a
know.
important part of the gameplay experience.
yeah, but you get a lot of guys out there who just, they have the programming skills, and so they get the developer job.
Yeah.
And so, but they don't like. I mean, you can tell when you get a game that the devs hated working on it. You
just feel it.
You can just
It's
kind
like
of
the
feel the
force.
hate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's just got
it is.
this kind of
It
reactive
is.
thing. So it's kind of like
Everything feels gross.
It feels kind of sticky. Yeah. I mean, but there's but then you can tell that there's some labors of love out there, and oftentimes those are like one-man studios.
Oh yeah.
So like Minecraft. Minecraft's a perfect example of it. So it was one guy.
As much as I hate Jump King, that's a
There you
small
go.
studio.
Yep.
As much as I hate Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, that's like a one-man game. That's a labor of love.
Yeah. So there you go.
I found it funny that you knew what that game was.
I only knew about watching the kids watch stuff.
I can't believe you know the game where you're the guy with the hammer in the pot.
And you're in a
Like,
pot? Like,
yeah.
what the fuck? Really? Like,
Labor of love. man.
wow. I could not believe that was a game. And I could not believe the reactions people were having playing this game. I was like, holy crap. What? Wow.
There are people that I mean, look, so it is the ideal stream game, right? Because people want to watch you.
Lose your shit.
Yes.
You know,
I think streaming's it's not going to be what it is right now in 2-3 years.
what if it is the AI thing where everybody's got a different version
See,
of the
I don't
same
think they're going
game?
to like that.
Yeah,
I think that's actually going to work against it.
I just think streaming in general is going to like it's
The
it's
novelty.
it's a flash in the pan kind of thing. So the students that I deal with today are now 2 generations behind me. Generation theory is bullshit, but anyway,
we borrow from it sometimes.
we
though.
do, we get forced into it because assholes use it all the time. I know it's kind of like, why do we drive on this side of the road? Because everybody else says so. Okay, fine. So got it. All right. So anyway, why do we have to get up on weekends? I don't know. So, but
Why do we have to get up on weekends?
well, I mean, why? That's not what I meant. It was like, why do we get weekends off and not?
Oh!
Yeah, there we go.
I was like,
So, yeah.
wait, I thought you sleep 100% on the weekend. I was like, wait, what?
You go to that answer to the stupidest. Like, well, in the 16th century,
My point. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So, but none of these guys are online. They don't see social media presence, so they use Instagram, but they only talk to people they know.
right.
Yeah, so there's no desire to actually get out there and be a streamer and stuff, and then
It's like it's demoted to like it's
kind of like, you guys have a podcast. Good for you.
no. they treat it like social media, like it's devolved 20 years to T-Mobile's Fave Fives.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just seen as lame. So
Well,
it's totally different, man. So
check this out. See, this is the thing where I think that emergent like AI actually changing the game is a problem for streamers because a lot of what the streamers are doing is basically like min-maxing and saying like, well,
I'll figure that out in not 5 fucking minutes, man.
well, it's not just 5 minutes. It's like
they will find your exploits very quickly.
the exploits, but also like, okay, so I'm not watching a person do the optimal run on Dark Souls 2 now, right? You're just playing the game. And if that's the case, I can play the game.
Well, if they want
I'm
to.
just as good as you are.
But
Let people watch a game.
Yeah, see, my daughter's the same way. She would much rather watch someone play the game than play it herself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I got that. And there's still going to be people like that. It's because at that point, it's just all personality.
It is, but like the other thing that I noticed, and I don't know if this is true with your kids, is my daughter is starting to cycle quickly through content creators. So like she, like guys that she was watching 6 months ago, they're like basically
right.
Mine are still pretty.
So and
solid.
My daughter was watching some of the big
like
ones.
a lot of people watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's doing it for a social reason.
Well,
partially
and
to be with her
it's
friends, too.
just stuck on their feet.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I noticed my daughter is getting bored with content creators more rapidly than she used to, and that's where my students are at. So they're like, I've seen all that shit. So they're like, oh, Pat, you play video games? Oh, look at you go. And it's like, oh, man.
You can't do it. You're like, and I played it when they were video games.
I can't do that anymore,
But,
man,
yeah,
because they just kind of look at you and they do this with the eye roll and stuff. And they're like, yeah, we get it, dude. So and it's like, God damn it, you're right. I'm old.
what are they doing with their free time then?
I don't know. So I have no idea.
If they're not gaming, they're not watching stuff. They're
not roller skating.
They're
not
definitely not active.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, when I was playing like GTA 5 or something like that, I could talk to half my class about it.
Yeah, sure.
Now it's like, hey, like, what are you going to do this summer? It's like, well, there's a couple games that I haven't played, and then everybody's kind of like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I don't know, man.
Huh.
So I know a lot of them are just working. So yeah, I mean, like all of my students have jobs now.
You know, a lot of
They
them
all want to. They all want to graduate early. None of them want to do the full 4 years. So yeah, no.
Wow.
All of them are in summer school. All of them. It is different.
What?
None of them have plans to take the summer off, except for one, and she's going to like Korea on a school trip. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a different world, man, after COVID.
Do they want to be done so they're not spending as much money and they want to get into the workforce and get...
Yeah, and almost none of them have student debt anymore either. They're paying their way. So...
Wow.
I know, like the internet lies to you about this stuff.
Wow.
Okay, that is our generation and the one after us that did the
Or
student
maybe
debt
it's those
thing.
really expensive snooty schools like that.
Those are cheaper. So that's the thing that most people don't get. If you go to Harvard, you're not paying tuition. So unless you're stupid. So and Daddy went there. Then you're paying tuition.
So there are people paying tuition. I mean,
if you go into Harvard and your parents aren't worth like at least $1 million, you are not paying tuition to go to that school. Well, I guarantee.
Okay.
I guarantee.
So all right. So there are people paying.
They're usually very rich.
Yes.
Yes. And so that's just like, here you go. I want to get in.
But they're paying. But in terms of like you carrying that debt, no.
No, of course not. Nobody graduates with Harvard student fucking debt. So no.
Oh, I'm just trying to picture
It's the state schools.
William actually
Ohio
caring
State,
about
it's
the money
Nebraska,
of everything.
it's-
Does he?
No.
No, not yet.
No. But he's got it pretty easy.
See, I've been cracking down on my daughter a little bit about that. Daddy, can we go to Wendy's tonight? I was like, are you buying? So, why didn't you bring any of my money? And I was like, well, I bought last night, and so we're not going every night. So I'll buy you Wendy's once a week. So just to get the idea that, like, no.
If you want this,
Yeah.
That's the most dad answer I have ever heard.
My dad used to use it. I mean, yeah, I know. Dad, let's go to Arby's. He's like, you mind?
well, my daughter's already done, like, they have, like, the Dippin' Dots at the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And she's like, can you get the Dippin' Dots? I'm like, no, it's $5. She's like,
$5.
I have my own money. I was like, all right.
Can't stop you from spending it. Yeah.
So she's like,
Go spend your money.
all right. Because otherwise, all she's going to buy is Robux or
Roblox.
or Fortnite bucks, whatever. They're starting to
Fortnite
play
bucks.
Fortnite now.
Oh,
I can't believe that game's still around.
No, it's
man.
coming back.
Yeah, I know.
It's coming
that's
back.
What I've heard. Yeah.
I don't.
Right in time for us to ban TikTok.
We should be so. No, I don't have a problem with it per se, man. It's just because I don't care for the battle royale format doesn't
Yeah.
mean that other people can't.
I only played PUBG a few times, so that was
Yeah, I
the
didn't
only one
like
that
it.
I played. No, I didn't like it either. It was stressful and it's full of assholes. So
Did you read my review? Because I used those exact words.
no, man. I mean, but
Well, then I plagiarized yours.
I didn't actually post. I just thought it out loud.
Because I had the exact same thoughts. I'm like, I don't like this. The aiming sucks.
The gunplay did.
The
Suck.
gunplay is awful. I
Is
don't.
it? I've watched him
It's
play,
PUBG. Yeah, not
It's-
Fortnite. I don't know about Fortnite.
Oh,
I don't really think the gunplay is great in that game either.
I've never played
it's,
that. So
It's just not for me. It's no,
it's not for me.
Again.
Have you seen the Peter Griffin guy playing it though?
No.
The real life Peter Griffin guy.
No.
You seen him?
Uh-uh.
Oh yeah, good. Well, I don't want you to pollute your feed with that.
Well,
Somehow and so there's this fat guy out east. All right, who does?
Okay.
He goes to Comic-Con all the time.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
just like Peter Griffin and Seth MacFarlane's like even have him help him like write an episode once. Or
Oh,
something
okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
But he's just, he's got the voice down, but his latest thing, he's playing Fortnite on there. And he's actually really fucking good at it.
and just
You know,
trash
He's
talking.
just trash talking.
Oh,
Peter
that's
Griffin's
awesome.
voice. It's kind of funny. So, but, again, just in time for us to ban TikTok.
Okay. The only thing. All right. So this is my. It's not a criticism of the game. It's a criticism of me, where it's like, all right, am I playing a shooter or am I playing a building game?
Oh, right.
I don't want. I mean, this is just like I don't want peanut butter in my chocolate. I want to do this or this.
Yeah.
And if you like both of those things, that's for you. That's where I'm like, I'm not picking on the game. It's the same thing where you do eventually you get to this point where you've crossed it. You've probably crossed it, like seeing things with your kids. You're like, the amount of time it would take for me to bend my mind to fit this mindset, get good at it to the point where I'm not getting fucking angry at it.
I don't get angry.
Yeah.
No,
I just happily lose.
I think it's to me it feels like that same thing you talked about with golf is you saw.
I looked into the abyss. It
Yeah.
smiled back at me.
Yeah.
It said, bring your wallet. I was like,
Yeah.
nah.
It wasn't necessarily my wallet, it was time. It was
Right,
time.
yeah.
Out there in the middle of summer, just walking around, and I was like, no.
What, with
What,
golf?
golf?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta drive the little cart around, keep your pills in there, and
Oh,
wear the funny little hat.
I watched that movie this week
Why?
because we were talking about
Oh
it.
God.
I had to pay to watch it because it's not streaming
Oh,
anywhere.
you
good.
watched the Michael Douglas movie again?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my
It was, dude, I was working.
So you paid to watch?
Yes, I did. It's better and worse than I remember.
Don't forget me, man.
It's
I won't. I'll be dead in 4 hours. Because I'm the bad guy.
not. It's not one of those. It's
the most ham-fisted scene. Oh my God.
bro. Okay, so there is this.
Not economically viable.
There is this legion of people out there who seem to think that movie and Starship Troopers are.
Dude, I have
Just-
run into people who think that Starship Troopers is basically like our 1984. So
They
yeah.
treat it like it's fucking like it's Shakespeare.
I know, and I was like, I saw this in the theater with the guy who laughed the entire time because they were expending ammunition at a prodigious rate. So, and it was like, well, the movie was great except for all that boring shit between the shooting. And the brain bugs sucked that guy's brains out. It was great.
Great.
It was great. So they even had the straw sound. Yeah,
They sure did.
we sure did, man. So that movie is so bad.
And again, it's this thing where they're like, no, it's a genius piece of satire. It's like, no, it's ham-fisted. It's so on the fucking nose
Right.
that it is impossible to avoid.
Unless you're that guy who just likes the gunfire. So,
You know what? And that's fine.
that's fine. Yeah.
As we've talked about, this is like the Man of Steel argument. Did you accomplish your main objective?
Yes.
Yes. The secondary objectives? No. Bridge is blown up, hospital's gone. But the primary objective of shooting, of making these dudes look like they're actually punching each other,
Right.
Without doing these corny flips or other weird things,
Right.
it looked like that.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
So-
Minus one hospital.
So, yes. So if you're talking about subtle satire, right?
Right.
Which is good satire. Like, again, the people that point out the obvious things, like, well, did you get like the Nazi analogy? He's like, yes,
Right.
way before you did.
Yeah. It was like Nazis? What? You know? So I know. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't have those discussions with people too often anymore. So I don't know.
It's good that it's there. It's like you can find people to argue about this with. It's fine. I like you guys. You guys are so straightforward with the things that you see, and we can have in-depth discussions, but there's a nice grounding that you guys have, especially you. Sometimes you're like, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it took 3 hours for it to get there, Jeffrey.
Yeah. And the effects were bad.
Yes. I was not entertained.
I remember I had you watch Killing of a Sacred Deer,
Yeah.
and it's so weird,
It is weird.
and I like the weirdness of it, but you get down to certain brass tacks, you're like, well, I can't tell you if that's why it happened. And if it bugs you that you don't know, it's gonna bug you through this whole movie.
Yes.
It was weird. But I watched it because it was entertainingly weird.
It's so bizarre, and like that's what I did. I also dug the concept behind it. I dug the execution. But if you can't get over certain parts, like, did the kid poison them? Is this like a fucking like voodoo curse? I don't know.
It was, yeah.
And
So
if
I'm
you know
fine
that-
with that. I'm fine with that because it kept me entertained. I had no idea what was going to come. It was in a way that I was like, well, I gotta see what's coming.
This is just fucking bizarre. Yes.
It is not a 3-hour thing to just make a point.
So what was it? Was it The Godfather you watched? And dude,
Oh yeah, that fight, that like totally ruined it. And I mean, it wasn't even that bad.
most of the fight is good, but part of it's bad.
And it,
I notice that's on YouTube now. You can watch it without the commercials.
oh,
Yeah,
without
really?
it too.
Yeah.
That was a very,
Oh, that's right. You did watch it.
that was a
with
very
commercials.
long movie with commercials.
Yeah, and you don't even smoke or anything. So I mean, like those breaks that they put in for people to like go to the lobby. Yeah, you didn't take advantage of that.
Oh, that was yeah. It's old.
Dude, it's old and it's long is a fair criticism too, right? That's fine. And if you don't come at this from the same thing where, again, like all the rigs, it's like, well, it was a boring movie, which means Jeffrey likes it. So they're not wrong. There's some truth to that. Or if there's just something that's like super bizarre, that's off-putting, I'm like, yeah, I tend to go for this kind of thing. But the criticism of this is boring. But the whole thing, like, did you get the Nazi references? Did you get the little infomercial type
Did you
thing?
try getting up 5 minutes earlier? Huh? You know?
These are the same guys that.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot it.
Yeah.
These are the same guys that watched Undersea for the 30th time and stuff.
Oh,
That movie is it's so bad.
And then they see it as this But we're going that way.
Yeah,
right?
this is America in the near future. You know that, right?
It's like,
So I was like, yeah, so you're going to pass the test with the box and the square hole. Got it. So,
it's this. These were the same people that would watch this show called Ridiculousness. Are you familiar with it?
yes, I watched it, but it was on at 3:00 in the morning.
Correct. These guys would be. They want to watch.
Well,
this
now
show.
watching that from 3:00 until 10:00 in the morning, there's a problem.
jeez.
Are you familiar with the show?
Mm-mm.
It's basically America's Funniest Home Videos with 3
That's what TikTok is for now. So,
numbskulls.
yeah.
The numbskulls and the fucking girl they have on who's never said anything creative, but she just giggles like an idiot this whole time, right? That's her whole contribution.
Yeah.
She never has anything useful to say. But yeah, these guys would go crazy for that show. There was one other dumb movie that they loved. Talladega Nights. Everything stopped when Talladega Nights was on. It's like
Or Step Brothers, yeah. Whichever one.
Oh my god, that movie's dumb too.
Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, and Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt's not as
Yeah,
bad.
Joe Dirt's not
It's
as
a
bad.
better movie
Yeah.
than I give it credit for.
It's better. Those other two, they're just dumb.
I've never actually
Great
seen
movie.
Talladega Nights, so I'm not going to. But
People tell you it's funny.
I'm sure.
You might
Yeah.
want to watch it over a Rockies game.
Really? No, I'd rather watch. Yeah.
No way. Him?
Dude, they're bad. It's not.
Were you
even-
telling me this?
It's not watching. Like, go watch a Pee Wee game.
College World Series is on soon. Sad. So,
Wait, aren't the actual Olympics starting soon as well?
I think in June, July,
This year?
Oh,
It
that-
might be this year.
Oh, that's way far off.
something
Is
like
it
that.
far off?
What month is this?
This is almost May.
Almost May.
Almost May. We got a week.
Yeah.
Some change.
Still got a lot of work to do, though.
God, I'm almost done with work.
Are you on the glide path?
I don't know, man. It's gonna be a rough landing, but I'm gonna get this crate on a course. So yeah.
All right, man. I love it. All right. So, any final thoughts?
Go Nuggets. And Avs.
That has, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm more
yeah.
Nuggets.
Well, you know me.
You know, me.
Sport with the most white people. I'm fucking with you, dude. It's
That would be
fine.
hockey.
Yeah,
That's why he said
Oh,
go
okay.
Habs.
Yeah,
so I'm messing with him. It's fine.
that's okay.
Uh,
So, all right, I'm Pat.
Oh, well.
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm hitting the button.
Cool.